Hi, friend. It's the holiday season, so Merry Christmas to you and your loved ones. I hope that this season brings so much joy and rest and happiness to you and your family. And I want to add to that joy and that excitement this season by doing a giveaway. Yes, I am giving away 2 cash prizes to my followers and listeners for being so amazing and sticking with me this year. It's been a wonderful experience, and I'm so grateful that you're along with me on this podcast and journey. So this is how you enter the giveaway. Listen to any episode of the podcast and leave a very specific review. Give me feedback on what you thought about that episode. That's it. Just listen to an episode that really resonates with you. I know that you cannot listen to all the episodes, I get it. But pick one that really resonates with you. Listen to it and give me specific feedback. So all you have to do is go to your podcast app, scroll down and click write a review. You leave a rating and then you write a review. And I will be so grateful to hear from you. All right, I know that this is going to be easily done if you're using the Apple Podcast app. But if you don't have the Apple Podcast app, guess what? You can now actually download it even if you have an Android phone. Yes. Now, there are very specific instructions on how to do this. The Apple Podcast app is not available in the Google Play Store. Go figure. So I'm going to leave a link in the show notes to tell you how to install the app on your Android phone. Very simple instructions. So you can install Apple Podcasts on your Android phone, and then you can leave a review. So I'm giving away 2 separate $50 prizes, right? So 2 people have a chance to win $50 each for the holiday season to spend however you want. But you have to be in the US. I'm sorry to all my listeners around the world. I really, really appreciate you. And I guess we have to figure something out there, but reviews are location specific, and I'm not able to see all reviews that are not from the US right now. Okay, so this is how you enter the giveaway. Download the Apple Podcast. If you don't have it, again, I'll leave a link in the show notes for you to do that, even if you have an Android phone. Then go to the podcast, go to the Driven Introvert podcast, scroll down to where it says write a review. Type in your review, and before you click send, take a screenshot of your review and email it to me at thedrivenintrovert@shepacked.com. I'll leave a link in the show notes. And you will be entered to win one of 2 $50 cash prizes for the holiday season. Thank you so much for following and listening to the show. I really, really appreciate it. Now let's get to the episode. Hey there. Thanks for joining me. If you're new, this is a behind the scenes or kind of like an audio diary of my Watch Me Build a Business series, where I talk about building a business. I am building a podcast agency where I help creators and entrepreneurs build impactful podcasts sustainably. Thanks for coming along on the journey. So marketing. I have to figure out how to market the business. And I talked about LinkedIn, but I also want to use the platform where I'm most active right now, which is Instagram. I post a lot on Instagram, so I think it'll make sense for me to create some sort of opportunity for people to learn about the business, of course, through my own personal profile, which is where I'm building a personal brand. But I also have to think about what do people see about the business when they get on Instagram, or if they go from my page, like how can they see about the business? Because I don't want to always be posting about the business on my personal page, because what I'm wanting to do on that page is really more of mentorship and encouragement and inspiring people to go after the things that God has called them to do, especially introverts, to not be afraid, to not be held back by fears and limitations and all that stuff. So I don't want to always be posting about the business on the page. I think it's going to confuse people, and it's just not the way I want to do it. So I'm going to create a business page for the business, but I know how these things go. Business pages don't do well on Instagram, so I'm not expecting it to grow and for people to follow it and all this engagement. It's mainly just a way for people to find out about the business, without having to go off of Instagram and then get distracted, right? So if I put a link or like a connect the business from my own personal page. I'll put like, the handle there, and people can click on that. And I have to be strategic about what I put on that business page so that it gets people to know that this is what I do, this is what the business does. And for people who are interested in that, it's a quick way for them to know, oh, is this for me or not? So I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to put that together. Obviously, I have to do the graphics. I want to make it look good, but also deliver the most needed information. So how do I say it? What words do I use? So this is basically copywriting, which I've always told myself in the past, I'm not great with copywriting, but hey, I got to do what I got to do. And I'm also hiring someone to do some writing. So hopefully I can give the person some direction, but I have to do something. I have to put something down. I have to give them something. Well, I prefer to give them something, and then so they can see where it's going, if it could be improved, if we need to change it altogether, and all of that. So that's what I'm working on today. Good stuff. What do you know? I finally filed my LLC. So the business is now an LLC. This is not my first business. I've done business before, but I was always doing business under like a DBA. I never had an LLC. And somehow it just felt too official for me. It felt overwhelming. But now I know that I have to really do an LLC so that, like they say, you're separate from the business, for legal purposes and all of that. So I just got the certificate from the Secretary of State, and good to go. So we're an official business now, and I can finally tell you the name of the business. It is Celaville Creative. That's the name of the business. Cela, SELAHVILLE. So Celaville Creative, or however you want to say, Celaville or Celaville, whatever. But that's the name, Celaville Creative. And officially, I have the website up right now as we speak. It is celaville.com. So if you go to celaville.com, you will see the information for my business. We are a done with you podcast agency for creatives and entrepreneurs. I'm excited about this. It's a new chapter. And I know that, and I've had somebody ask me this, and people are going to be thinking, well, you're sharing all this information, what if it doesn't work out? What if after like a few months you're like, this is not what I want to do? And that's fine. I have been there before. This is not my first rodeo. That's absolutely fine, but I am going to give this my all, which is why I'm being very public about it, because the people who know me in real life, who know my government name, know that I am a private person. There are certain things I don't share, but I really feel that the exercise of practicing in public and sharing my journey with this business is needed for me at this time. And there is nothing else attached to it except the fact that I really want to give it my all. I really want to give it my all, and I want to set it up for success. So that's where we are. I'm excited. I'm grateful to God for life and the ability to think and plan and strategize and create something, and I give it all to Him. I've come to the point in my life where I'm able to trust God with my steps, the things that I want to do, and release the outcome to Him and just trust Him to do what He can, and I will do what I can. So I should say what He will. Anyway, you get what I mean. I'm excited. And I'm glad you're on this journey with me, by the way. Thank you for listening. I've talked about wanting to update my LinkedIn so that I could be more professional and show up in a more professional way and hopefully attract my ideal clients. So I've been thinking intentionally about that. I just updated my profile, just like the main profile, and with what my business is now about. And how would you know? A few days ago, I had someone reach out to me who has been working in the industry for the past 25 years. I'm like, this is amazing. Well, he's been creating content for 25 years and working, for different like media companies and all that. And yeah, so he invited me to have a chat, and we had a chat this morning. He's a believer. He has a partner, and they do the business. They're basically doing the same thing I'm doing, essentially. And I was glad that he connected, because there's no spirit of like competition or anything, because come on, right? Just sharing resources and getting to meet people. And I'm glad I was able to get on that call. So we had that call this morning. It was really good. And I learned some things from there. And hopefully we can sort of think of ways to collaborate in the future, to do things together. And yeah, that'd be awesome. So I'm learning to get out of my shell. I'm learning to connect with people more. And this is great. I also had a thought. My sister-in-law has been talking to me about going to in-person network events, because I'm more of like a homebody. So I want to figure out a good in-person network community that I can join. And I want to start that in 2025. So even if it's like once a month, to just go and do something in person with people and connect and learn what people are doing, how I can, plug into the community. So I want to do that. Too many hearts? What else should I draw? Another heart? Okay. That's a heart. What else? Heart. Another heart. So many hearts. So today I did an interview, sort of. I saw on Instagram today's Purpose Woman magazine. They were looking for people to share their stories, and I just thought, I share my story on this podcast. I talk about where I've been, finding my voice, and all of that. But I wanted to do more of that. I wanted to really share my story, because I know that it can help someone out there. So I decided to share my testimony with the magazine, and they called me today and we had an interview, and I believe they're going to work on that and then sort of produce the article, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to sharing that. When I think about doing things like this, before I would feel like, why? I don't know that I want to do that. I don't want it to feel like I'm just talking about myself. I was always focused on not, sort of self-promotion and things like that. It used to make me feel kind of weird. But now that I think about it, I just want the name of the Lord to be glorified. Like, I want people to see God through me, through my story. And I think this is one of the ways that I can do that. So I'm being more open about using my voice and sharing my story and inspiring and encouraging other people. So I'm excited about that. All right, update on what I did today. I created the social media for the company. I'm focusing on Instagram for now for the company, but I will have to create some other channels later, depending on how things go. But I just want to start with Instagram and creating some posts on there. I also created drip emails for anyone that takes the quiz and is interested in podcasting. They will get about a couple of emails from the company on next steps and more information, benefits of podcasting, how it'll help their business, and opportunity to set up a call to discuss their goals for their business, their goals for their podcast. And so writing those emails took a lot of my time today, but I need to get better at doing that. Copywriting, I always say, is not my thing, but it has to be my thing. So I need to learn how to speak to the needs of potential clients so that it makes sense. All right, it's currently 12:20 a.m. I should definitely turn in. Thanks for listening. All right, It's a Saturday morning, it's 10:14. I am doing something that I don't normally do and really working at this time. So I have been having issues with my lead generation system. I mentioned before that the quiz is what I'm kind of using, and you can have a business without having like consistent leads coming in and being able to turn those leads into potential clients and eventually clients and all of that. So my plan was to use the quiz and to get people through the quiz into the email list and all of that. But that is not working. The tools that I cobbled together are breaking, and I don't want to 3 months, 4 months, 6 months down the line realize that, oh, no leads are coming in, and I realize something is broken in the system and I have to go fix it. So I want to change all that. And shout out to my friend Cynthia. Cynthia has been so amazing in helping me do some very intentional user testing for my website. So she went through everything, the booking calls, the quiz, the emails, everything, and she identified all of the holes. So I'm having to plug those holes now and figure out how to make them work the way that I need them to. So I'm pivoting from the quiz into something else. She brainstormed with me and we decided to do more of a video piece to it, and it'll be providing a lot of value on the front end, and hopefully that helps to get people who are interested in the service to come through. So that's what I'm working on this morning, writing scripts, shooting the video, and all of the moving parts to make that work. It's a lot of work, but I am thankful to God that he just gave me somebody who really knows what she's doing and can really help me think through it. So that's helpful. So, if you're running a business or doing anything, you gotta have people in your corner. You gotta have people that you can call on, people that you can trust to help you think through things. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm thankful for that. So I'm just working on that this morning and hoping it goes well.
Yeah, color it.
Are you doing the tic-tac-toe? Do you know how to do it?
Do it, please.
Okay.
Color balloon. Color balloon. Color balloon.
Yeah, you want to color the balloon?
Yes.
The balloon is already colored. It already has a color.
Orange.
Orange? Okay. Good job. Okay, so it is Saturday night, Sunday morning-ish. I have spent a good chunk of this weekend reworking my lead generation setup. I have changed the quiz. I wrote a script for a mini course that hopefully will deliver a lot of value to people who want to start a podcast. And I wrote the script, I shot the video, and there's so many moving parts to actually setting this thing up, right? I have to write emails to go along with it. I have to write titles. I have to create the landing page and connect the form to that, and then shoot the video, host it somewhere, connect that to the landing page, and all of that. Well, I have done it. I just tested it, and I'm going to have my wonderful friend who has a very amazing business brain also help me test it and see what I need to tweak, what I need to change, and everything. But right now, it is basically set up. So it was a lot of work, but I'm glad I was able to do it. And I also got to spend time with my family this weekend. I didn't spend the whole weekend working, so that's a win. We had lunch. We went around shopping and doing things that we needed to get for the family, for our son, and all of that. And if I'm able to get work done and still spend time with my family, I call that a win. So thank you, Jesus. And thank you guys for listening. Thank you for following. I really appreciate it.